All right. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties. As predicted, my camera crashed halfway through round number 4. I had already completed the day phase and started the night phase. Unfortunately, I lost the last 7 or 8 minutes of recording. So, I just need to talk you through what happened at the beginning of round number 4. As you can see, the meeples ended up at one of my meeples ended up here at the lion uh, temple, if you will, or not temple, but obelisk to learn the lion spell. Was able to get another meeple down here, the meeple with the cane, if you will, down to the ice temple, and he had already progressed 2 spaces on this temple here. And then finally, I have a meeple here with the shield, already starting to fight this goblin, and he had already taken 2 hit points of damage. Our meeple, or our character, adventurer, had taken 1 damage himself, I believe. I was able to complete a quest, and that was deliver the royal decrees, have all 3 of your heroes at least 3 tiles away orthogonally from your castle. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this one was basically 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would have gone into my victory display, and I was either to gain 2 hearts or 2 power, and so I adjusted that accordingly. But as you can see, we started partially through our night phase, and it crashed. The reason why I went to the places I did is I want to go ahead and try to get 2 more up this track here. Unfortunately, I have not rolled a mushroom at all yet, so the mushrooms haven't moved. I'm going to try to defeat this goblin here, and he's down by 2 health points. And if I finish this ice temple, not only do I get to equip the staff down here on my card, but I also complete this quest and get the loot. So hopefully now we're all caught up. I apologize for that. And again, never buy an IPEVO camera. Worst decision I ever made, but I'm kind of stuck with it for the time being. Anyway, continuing on to round number 4. Go ahead and grab my dice and we'll continue where I had left off. And let's see. Okay, so damage. The first one can be ignored. This is pretty good. We gained 1 power. I'm at maximum. That doesn't help me at all. However, I got 3 mushrooms. That is good. That moves me finally up this mushroom track. And I want to at least get to this 3rd zone here. Okay, moving forward. Okay, we did not take any damage. I am at maximum power. However, I did get another mushroom, so that moves us up into this first area here. The dice will change. No scrolls. I do, however, got 2 punches. So we will go ahead and punch. He's got 1 health point left. I have to get at least 4 more torches and move this up. So, continue. Okay, kind of good news. I didn't take any damage. I cannot gain any additional power. However, the 2 mushrooms go up the track, and we are almost completed with this first zone and moving on to that second zone, which is what I want. And I got 2 torches. So that will move this meeple with the cane up. He's got 1 more space. We'll go ahead and push forward. Okay, 1 damage. I would normally go ahead at this point now, because he's in this area here, he would take a damage. However, with this, with the shield here, I can block that for 1 power. I don't think I'm going to do that, however. I think I will just go ahead and take the damage, soak that up, so he goes from 6 to 5 health points. I did not roll any power. I did get a mushroom, which does move us into that next realm. Scrolls do us nothing. I do have 2 torches, however, which will move me up to that track. So all I care about is maybe one more fist to finish him off. I think we will go ahead and push our luck, but at this point now, I will have learned the spell. I will have completed this temple. All I care now about is this goblin. And unfortunately, I did not roll any things that hurt him. So I will go ahead and use 1 power to defend myself. I will take no damage. The power, that doesn't help me at all. And those don't help me. So we will continue to hopefully get a fist. Okay, wow. Okay, still didn't roll any fists. I didn't roll any damage. I do not get any power at this point. These do me absolutely no good. The mushrooms, though, do push me up into the next territory. And so now what happens is every time I roll what do you call it? A goblin or a damage token, damage dice, I will take 2 damage. If I roll a mushroom, I will take 1 damage. So, boy, I only have to hit him once. I could. This is more or less a make or break roll. If I don't roll, I might have to quit while I'm ahead. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so I rolled a goblin. So I would normally take 2 damage. But I can spend a power to soak that up. So I will spend 2 power to block 2 damage. Mushrooms at this point, any mushroom I roll would give me 2 damage, or 1 damage each. So that would be 2 damage. So I'm going to take that 2 damage. And I am going to go ahead and do nothing with those scrolls. And I think I'm getting perilously close. This is not looking good. I wish I could have defeated him, but I think just to be safe, I'm going to stop. So we'll go ahead and call this the end of the round, round number 4. So let's go ahead and resolve everything. So this meeple will come back to the castle, and because he learned a spell. This will move up 2 times because again that was the lion. Because that had moved up 2, he actually moves up 2 up to here on this tracker. So his maximum power now is 8. And because he returned back to the castle, he gains either 1 health or 1 power. I think I will definitely take the health. Okay, meeple number 2, we did finish exploring the ice temple. So this staff is now completed, and I will go ahead and put the staff on this meeple here. That will score us some victory points here at the end of the next round. So he returns back to the castle. He also, because he completed this here, he completed this and he gets the flute. So instead of moving normally, the equipped hero may always move by griffin. So we will put that in our victory pile. We will take the loot and we will go ahead and put the loot on this meeple here. Because he returned or he completed a quest, he will also gain a heart or a power. I think we will go ahead and gain a heart. So we're up to 5 health points there. This would move down. We also reveal a new card once that is completed, and that's just for the Shadow Temple. Finally, this guy, he did not complete his quest. He will return. I don't think we get anything for that. I have to double check. But anyway, we would flip this over back to the side. This goblin, since we did not defeat him, he goes all the way back up to full health. For the next round, we would go ahead and discard the rightmost card. These slide down, and we reveal a new card here, and this is for the water temple. That might not be too bad. That's on a coast. Let's see what else. Oh, the mushroom obviously comes all the way back to the beginning here. We go ahead and flip these guys over to their aggressive sides. We don't fill any more out, but we have all three of our meeples back. I'm just not 100% sure. I'm going to say no. If he did not defeat, let's see, it says here, for each hero returned, you gain 1 heart or 1 power. All heroes on portals, obelisk, or on the last space of the temple must return to the castle. Well, he did return to the castle, and it says must, so I'm going to say he does gain a power. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, either a heart or a power. We'll go ahead and take it as another heart. I could use the health. So we are about to start round number 5. Okay, we're ready to roll into our very last round. That's round number 5, and I did a quick calculation off camera, and if my numbers are correct, I currently have 26 victory points. At the bare minimum, even to kind of register in this game, you need at least 40 victory points. So I've got a lot of ground to make up this last round. This kind of hurt me. That would have scored me an additional bunch of points here if I could have defeated that goblin, but it was getting a little too rough. So I have to kind of really push my luck this last round here. So without further ado, let's move the dice off and start shuffling up our movement cards and start round number 5. I think the goal for me here would be to complete possibly the water temple and possibly even, well, if I could learn another spell, we could learn the dolphin. Where's the dolphin? Let me try to find him really quick. Well, we have the dolphin here, and we have the water temple here. We could try to work on these together. Or we could, what is this one? Kind of like some kind of bird, or that's the next spell level up. Where is that one? That one is right here. We might try this one. If we could get up to the second level here and complete that and move us up that track, that might bode us kind of well too. So I'm going to try to do maybe a spell, the water temple, and one more goblin and try to make up some ground here. So let's go ahead and finish. And so by foot or by raft? Well, let's see. I think, let's see, what do our items allow us to do? Remember, the loot always allows us to move by griffin, and the cane always allows us to move by foot. So we don't have to necessarily use these actions. We could substitute. I think I might want to do that. So by foot or by griffin? Well, let's see. I don't want to move diagonally. Don't want to go up and down the river. Well, gosh, you know what, though? It wouldn't be bad if we're going to go for a spell. It wouldn't be bad getting a head start on this track here. So maybe I will move the guy with the cane. But how do I get him back up to here? No, I'm not going to use. Okay, tell you what. I'm going to move this gentleman here down to here, and he immediately advances. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Boy, what do I want to do here? Do you want to the goblin? No. Move another hero 3 spaces. I want to get. Well, yeah, okay. So why don't we go ahead and move this person? I can always. I will go ahead and move him. I'll use the griffin card. No, by foot, excuse me, by foot. I will use that one to move this guy here, and I can move any one of my heroes up to 3 map cards. So I want to learn a spell. So I'm going to move this guy here. 1, 2. Oh, do I have to move him orthogonally though? Oh, I can only move him orthogonally. Well, that's okay. I'll go 1, 2. No, gosh darn, I don't want to do that because I can always move by ship and get to there. But I have to move 2 of them there. You know what? I will go ahead and just move this guy 1, 2, 3. Right there with the intent of moving him there, and the other guy, other person by ship. Okay, so I have by ship. So let's go ahead and using the ship automatically right now, let's go ahead and move him all the way around to the water temple. Okay. Now I have by horse or by raft. Well, we'll go ahead and use the horse and move this person to here to try to learn the dolphin spell. And we have one more movement left, and that's either by griffin or by raft. I think we'll move by griffin, or we can go up and down on the river. It doesn't really matter. I think if I move by griffin to this guy here, or if I move to the raft, I could go here. It doesn't really matter. We'll just keep it closer to, on camera here in the middle so you guys can see. So we'll go ahead and fight to this guy. That will be the end of my movement phase. And we will, part of the day phase that is, and we will move directly into the evening phase. So let's go ahead and grab our dice, and we've got to make up a lot of points. So, all right. Well, some good. So this first one can be ignored. This mushroom will go ahead and move us up 1, kind of slow. This does, the torch does us absolutely nothing. However, the 2 scrolls at least move us 1, 2 up this water temple track. Oh, and I forgot to move this, our marker, up to round number 5. Okay, took no damage. That's good. We will gain a power, so from 3 to 4. We have a mushroom here, which will move me up that track. We will use a fist to punch this guy for 1. The torch does me nothing. However, I do have a scroll. Now I could spend. Oh, you know what? I should have. I might have should have flipped these 2 guys, but it's too late. Anyway, I'll go ahead and use a power and to move an additional scroll. And just to make sure I can do that, let's see. I thought there was something where I could move. During the night phase, spend 2 power to move. What would have gained me during the night? Gosh, I thought something here gained me instead of one. Nope. I could have sworn if I had something here, it could have helped me move up there with, or move at 1 less. But I will go ahead and use 2 power, and with this other scroll, move him up to there. So we only have to get 2 more scrolls. I need to get more mushrooms, and we need to start punching this guy a lot more. Okay, so. Okay, this first damage is not registering. We've got 2 mushrooms. That's okay. That moves us up into the next track. I don't want to. This is not going to help me out. I don't want to lose a spell. I'm currently at 2, and if I went down to 0, I would lose a spell level. So I don't want to do that. So this fist, however, will let us punch him for 1. And we'll continue to push on. Okay. I now have to take damage, so we'll go ahead and I'll soak up 1 damage here. I did not roll any power icons. That's not good. I did get another mushroom. Okay. Torches do me absolutely nothing. Fist, however, lets me punch him for 1, so he's got 2 health points left. We will continue on. I do not want to see damage. Okay, well, power, unfortunately, the first power doesn't help me out in this first zone here. I don't gain any power. Torches don't do me any good. Scroll doesn't do me any good. Fist, though, does help me punch him 1 more time. So he's almost defeated. I really need scrolls. Oh, okay. So this first damage, I have to take a damage. Now, I will go ahead and take 1 damage. This first power, I don't get to gain. This mushroom pushes me 1 further up on the track, and the torches do me nothing. So not the best roll right there. Oh boy, not good. This is kind of gonna bite me in the butt here, I think. So we have to take a damage. I'll spend 1 power, unfortunately. I will spend 1 power to mitigate that damage. I've got 3 mushrooms. That pushes me much further up the track. That actually pushes me all the way up into the 3rd zone, which I didn't want to do. And now I will take a punch, or I will finish this goblin. That's good. That helps me out there. I've technically finished this, that spell as well, but I really did want to get up the water temple here and to complete this card. 1 more quest would have done me a good thing. So I think we have 1 more roll in me. I have 4 health points. However, for every goblin face I roll, it's -2 points. For every mushroom I roll is -1 point. Oh man, I just don't know. I think, guys, that might be it. I'm so tempted. Well, let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. If I could get 2 scrolls, I'm golden. Otherwise, I'm in a world of hurt. This is the push your luck part. Okay. Well, um, no power. Nothing is gained there. Mushrooms. However, I take 2 hit points of damage. Yikes. So I will go ahead and drop from 4 to 2. Oh god, I rolled 1 scroll. I have to make a decision. I could complete this and get, let's see, how many quests have I completed? I've completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quests. And right now, 5 quests gets me 8 points. However, if I spend these two, oh, I can't even spend the 2 power. I cannot spend it anyway. I was going to say, if I was at 2 power, I could spend the 2 power. Oh no, I could spend 1 power and complete that. That would give me an additional. That would give me 4 more points. That would bump me from 8 to 12, which isn't bad as far as quests go. But then on the spells, uh, well, maybe because the spells aren't worth a lot of points, quite honestly. I'm at spell level 5. You know what? I might lose a spell. Let's go ahead and I'm going to spend this power here. And I think I can do. Oh no, during the night I have to spend 2 power. I could have sworn I had something. During the night, each kind of conjures 1 for spend. No. I think I'm kind of in a world of hurt. I could have sworn, and I know I've said this like 3 or 4 times now, but I thought I had something where if I spent a single power, I could convert a power into moving up the track, but apparently I can't do that. I have to spend 2 power to do that. Oh boy. Okay, well, it is what it is. I don't think I can complete that quest. I don't want to exhaust myself. I think I more or less have to call it a rest here. So we're finishing round number 5. I did not complete this temple here. He would normally stay. He did, this person though, he did complete that, so that would bring him back to the temple, and he would learn. Oh, you know what? I just realized. Oh my gosh, I should have stayed. I totally blew it. I just realized I stayed here at the dolphin. I meant to move up to here. And so that only allows me to move up 1. I had plenty to. My original intent actually was to complete this spell, but I wasn't there. I wasn't paying attention. So unfortunately, I am stuck only at the dolphin. So instead of going up 2 spells, I only went up 1 spell. Oh, bummer. That's going to hurt. That is definitely going to hurt me. Well, we finished the goblin here. And so, actually, let's retcon this back. So when he moved back here, because he learned a spell, he would have gone up on the power level. So this would have gone up to 9 to match the heart here. So both of those are currently at 9. However, he defeated a goblin. He would go back. His power level now, or his health, would go up to a maximum of 10. He would also gain, a heart back. So I would just move this, back up. I'll say they gained one heart to move me up from 2 to 4. He did not complete anything. He would normally stay there, but we're going off to final scoring. So major mistake I made, not going here. Second, unfortunately, I just didn't have enough to complete this. I could have sworn I had something that would have helped me, spend less to move up the temple, but I didn't. And then I think the only other well, I don't know. So let's just get to final scoring here. Okay, final scoring. Let's go ahead and return our meeples back. And how final scoring works is first we count up our level of spells, and I only made it to spell level 6. My intent was to get to spell level 7, but at spell level 6, I only get 6 points. Boo, that's too bad. Now let's count how many quests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quests. That is 8 more points. So 8 plus 6. What is that? That's 14 points right there. Now, as far as goblins go, I have defeated 1, 2, 3, 4 goblins. And defeating 4 goblins is 8 points. So I believe that brings me that was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plus 8. I think that brings me up to 22 points. And then I get 4 points for each of the epic what do you call it, equipment. I had 2 of those. There's an additional 8 points there. So what is that? We have 8, and 8 is 16. And so 5 quests, that would bring us up to 32. And we scored 6 points from spells. So I think I have a total maximum of 38 points. I didn't even register. The bare minimum you should get is 40. Again, my biggest mistake here, if I would have been paying attention and stayed there, I easily would have got that. That at least would have got me the 40 points. If I would have finished this right here, I just couldn't. But if I could have finished that quest, that would have gotten me an additional quest that would have jumped me up an additional 4 points. That would have probably brought me up to 44. I might have been able to get somehow 45, but it is what it is. 38 points, not the best run at Tiny Epic Quest. I really got stymied there and some silly mistakes. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my playthrough there. For now, that was, again, Gamelyn Games Tiny Epic Quest. If you enjoyed this playthrough or found any mistakes or comments, go ahead and leave them in the comment section in the part below. Anyway, I am Jason, and this is a playthrough for Pips-N-Chits. Thank you very much.